sorry about that whole file thing. That kind of pissed me off for recording. I didn't know the full screen keybind was also an Opera GX keybind, but we're back. Ignore the ads. I might I don't know how to get rid of that, but let's make a going for two tier list now. I'm gonna be open minded as possible. Um, so yeah, let's get started. Let me talk about these are gonna piss a lot of people off. You could cry about it in the comments. I really don't care. Let me get this thing out the way. Just because you don't know how to play a character or you're complete dog shit with the character does not make him unplayable. I've played Electro Citron and I know how to play him and he's fucking amazing. Cosmic Brains can two shot most he could two shot any character with 125 health if you know what the hell you're doing. These two characters are amazing. You just don't know how to play them respectfully. In my opinion, if you think they're bad, or you just copy another person's opinion. Now, these two characters are amazing. Let's move on to Reg Citron. Now, Reg Citron, I do think he's disgustingly accurate. Now, he's either A tier or S tier. I'm gonna do S tier because he's basically party brains without the mode and respect. Let's be real. Reg Citron does not need a mode, which means that the Party Citron. Where the hell is Party Citron? Am I blind? Oh, Party Citron's right here. Is also S tier. So these two are S tier. Frost Rose. Let me get this out the way too. How is Fire Rose? How is Fire Rose a bad rose? Like I've seen a lot of people say that Fire Rose is a bad rose. I think Druid is pretty bad. I would put him at either C tier or B tier, but a lot of people were saying Fire is the worst rose, which I disagree because you do 50 damage from across the map, which is disgusting. And you do fire damage on top of that, which you either do 65 across the map or maybe 70 across the map. So this character's A tier, maybe S tier, but I don't want to stretch it out that far. So I'm gonna put these two at. I'm gonna put this one at S because you can freeze people across the map, and I think putting someone, making someone slow, so that way your teammates. Well, this is not really a team-based game like Neighborville is. Like Neighborville, you need a team, no matter how good you are. But this character, you can freeze, and then another couple hits, he's fully frozen, so you can hit your target and kill him. This character is disgusting, very slept on, underrated. Party Rose, I would say Party Rose is an a shitty Reg Rose. I don't see the appeal to this character. I do see Party Time. The music is good, but I think I think it's neck and neck with these two roses here. Neck Rose is obviously disgusting. Now it is a rose. It's weak. Doesn't have that much health, and it could get two shotted by this. But it can get two shotted by this, which is why she's not better than Cosmic Brains. Now this list isn't gonna be based off who can get two shotted by Cosmic Brains, but I'm gonna put Cosmic Brains like right here. This is not in order, by the way. Each character is like the same. I think you know, Corn is S tier, Barbecue Corn is B, and Mob Cobb is C. Now hear me out. I'd rather do fire damage than have a shitty variant of a character that's already good. Like this character is shit. This character's amazing. This character's in the middle because the fire damage and you can pretty much still dominate with barbecue corn. Popscorn, underrated S tier character for sure. And Party Corn is S tier as well. Commando Corn is pretty slept on. I do think the mode is pretty good, even though it does nothing besides give you more ammo. But I think Commando Corn is still a good corn. I'm gonna go S tier because you do have Huskop, you do have Butter Barrage, and you do have Shuck Shot. So I was gonna put him in the same tier as Rose, but with that same logic though, do I want to put nah? Cause Fire Rose is a better fire character than Barbecue Corn, so that's more accurate opinion to give or to have. Reg P is the simple pea shooter. You got him at A tier. Frozen Citron is underrated, definitely S tier for sure. Fire P is B tier. Ice P C tier. Toxic P is C tier. Now let me let me be real quick. Now this character in Garden Warfare 1 will be A tier, maybe S tier, but Garden Warfare 2, he's just outclassed by Fire P. 'Cause fire damage is better than toxic damage. And I would rather sacrifice Splash and have a free. I'd rather sacrifice Splash just for the damage to be better, the after damage to be better, and like to freeze people. So I'd rather freeze people and burn people than have a toxic damage, which is not that good. You got Commando P's underrated, definitely B tier. Agent P, Law P, Plasma, and EP are all broken characters. If you think none of these characters are broken, then you must not have them mastered or something like that, because these characters are awesome. Now, let me rank these P shooters. Now, you obviously got Law P at number one. You can one frame people if you have a very fast trigger finger, which I can definitely one frame people. It happens rarely because my CPS is so low. On control, I can one frame people, but on keyboard and mouse, I cannot do that at all because I suck when it comes to spamming. But Agent P, Agent P is number two of the P shooters. Plasma P is better than Electro P. The DPS is better, and crowd control EP is definitely here. But these are not in order. These are what P shooters I think are the best. But Rock P is not the worst P shooter. He definitely has health, and I could see the splash being a bit, but honestly, I don't think he's that bad of a P shooter. Would I rather play this over Toxic P? That's kind of a hot take. Now, I think Rock P has higher DPS than Toxic P, which is, I guess, a reason why to put him in B tier. You got. Let me start off with Disco and Chomper. Listen. Hear me out. Disco Chomper's a good Chomper. Let me hear me out real quick, right? How to play Disco Chomper? Don't be thirsty for the Disco Fever mode. It's not worth it. Get it if you can get it, then get it. But play him as a regular Chomper. Forget that the mode even exists. If you swallow people, you swallow people. Don't be thirsty for the mode. It's a Chomper. You got to be smart with who you kill, with how you do it. You and if you bite people, kill them with the bite. Don't be so bloodthirsty for Disco Fever because the character's not going to work in your favor. Another hot take is Chomp Thing. Chomp Thing at S tier. Now, hear me out. You got the fast regen. Yeah, the health is weak, but if you put on health regen, delay health regen, your regeneration is going to go crazy. I would recommend a digestion upgrade. You can also tap fire and kill people pretty fast. I would say he's S tier. That's a very hot take coming from me. That's a very hot take. In Yeti Chomper, you can basically range attack people. Now, Hot Rod, A tier. Twilight and Unicorn outclass Hot Rod, in my opinion. And Disco Chomper does more damage and has the Disco Fever mode, which could basically go as fast as Hot Rod. Um, Reg Chomper, Fire Chomper. Now, is Fire Chomper S tier? Do I feel comfortable having Chompers in S tier? No, but mm, I would. That's pretty high. I'm gonna put these two at A tier. That's kind of high. That is a very hot. Is it a hot take? Because I put Cosmic Brains and these two Chompers at S tier. I think the Regen alone can put this guy at S tier, but Yeti Chomper, that's hard. That's hard. Power Chomper, I'm putting him at here. Count Chomper got the regeneration after you bite, which is good. Toxic Chomper, I would put him at there. And Armor Chomper, I'm putting him at okay. Now this is another hot, steamy, the most steamy hot take ever to some people, but Iron Citron is A tier. Now listen, E Citron is a mini Iron Citron. E Citron is, like I said, Cosmic Brains is a mini Toxic Overload, and Cosmic Brain does not need to rely on Overload like Toxic Brain does, because he doesn't need Overload. Same with E Citron, he doesn't need no mode, no special feature. If you play him the right way, you basically get Iron Mode. Except, instead of reloading, you don't need a reload. You can just spam 70 and 50 damage each time and make your own combo that's effective with E Citron. Mystic is definitely S tier for sure. Shadow Flower is the best automatic flower. I don't think Stuffy is, because Stuffy's gimmick is literally just a gimmick, and Shadow Flower is actually good and doesn't need no gimmick. And more ammo. I'd rather have more ammo than just some stupid gimmick. Respectfully, though, I'm gonna put all of them at S tier, but Stuffy's the worst out of the. If you're talking about the big three of automatic flowers, Stuffy's the worst in that big three. But if you want to talk about the big three in flowers, now the big three in flowers: number one, Mystic; number two, Shadow; and number one, maybe Reg Flower or Sunfarrow to some people. Sunfarrow is definitely S tier to some people, and I respect that. If you want to say Sunfarrow, Shadow Flower, these are the big three, then you're not wrong. You're kind of right, I guess. Stuffy Flower, I mean, Sunfarrow is definitely an underrated character, in my opinion. Now, you got Fire Flower, who's A tier, maybe I would say S tier because it's very annoying to go up against Power Flower, Metal Petal, and Alien Flower S tier. Do I want to put Alien at S tier or A tier? Is that hot take if I put him at S tier? Mm, I love Alien Flower though, but do I have? Yeah, I gotta put him at A. I'm sorry. And then Vampire is like C because I don't. You can pretty much die really quick, and the damage is good, but you still can die really fast. Camo Cactus S tier, Future Cactus SS, Power Cactus S, Red Cactus S, Fire A, Ice A, Bandit S, Jade A, Zen S, and Toxic Citron C, and Petrified S. There we go. Torchwood is B, Rose is S, Imp is. I'm gonna count the mech because the mech shouldn't be another character. The mech is literally with the character. So now I'm put Toxic Brains at A because he's weak without Overload and he needs Overload to be S tier. So It's a valid reason, I guess, and his beam is shit. And like I said with Cosmic Brains, if I haven't said it already, Cosmic Brains is overload and you get it 100% of the time, and Toxic Brains doesn't have that 100% of the time. And I can see why he would be like, he would be here if he had that, or here if he had that. But E Brains, I gotta go A. Party Brains is S. Breakfast Brains, a lot of people are saying he's the worst superhero in the game, which I don't agree with personally. I'm gonna put him at A. Pirate, S tier. Cannon, S tier. Flame Face, S tier. Shark Bite, because he's very accurate. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna do something real quick. Squawk is also S tier. You got the flamethrower, which you can tap really fast and destroy people with if you have a good trigger finger. And if you know how to aim, this character is basically Camo Cactus, a toxic Camo Cactus, basically. Now, let me. I'm not gonna. He's not unplayable. Don't. He's not unplayable. But let me speak real quick. If you know how to do the double fire damage trick with Flame Face, if you know what that is, he's that would put him in S tier alone. Without that, he would be A tier, but S tier for sure. And Party Man is shit. Okay, yes, you can move faster with the mode, but the mode only does 2 extra damage, so you're better off. And I'm gonna use this logic with Deadbeard. Yeah, with Deadbeard, you Red Dead, you basically have infinite party time without the speed, and I'd rather have with that than have some shitty 2 extra damage with speed. He's good in fast paced game modes, but at the same time, like, you can pretty much do that with Red Dead, and it's basically infinite party time. So yeah, that's my take on Party Man. He's not that good. I used to think he was the second best pirate, but he's shit, respectfully. Little Drake is definitely B. I don't like how inaccurate this character is. Maybe I'm playing him wrong. Maybe he'll grow on me in the future. I think his mech is amazing. I think his mech is pretty lacking. Reg Soldier S tier, Super Commando S tier, Arctic S tier, Tank S tier, General A tier, maybe S tier, but A tier, Camo S tier, Sky Trooper S tier, Centurion A tier, Park Ranger. I don't like Park Ranger. Scuba S tier. Pylon Imp is fucking amazing. Do I want to put him at S tier? I'm not sure. Should I? Is that a hot take to put him at S tier? He does have a versatile mech. Is it hot to put him at S tier? Is it a good take? I'm gonna put him at A tier. Engineer A tier, welder A tier, electrician here, mechanic S, painter S, plumber S, landscaper maybe S, because the quick 30 damage every time you shoot, that's pretty cool. Sanitation is there. Roadie Z is, even though mechanic, fuck it, I'll put mechanic there. Why not? AC Perry's S tier too. Shrimp is S tier as well. Reg Scientist is S tier. Marine. Toxic is B. Physicist is A. Astronaut is easily the best zombie in the game. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Super Commando's SS tier because I think these two are like 1v1s. My fault for. And Reg Soldier's the best zombie in the game. How can I be so stupid? Reg Soldier's the best. Astronaut's the best zombie and Reg Soldier's the best zombie, but personally, I prefer Astronaut. But my opinion does change, so I might think either these two are the best zombies in the game. But Chemist, A tier. I think zoologist is better personally. Paleo is S tier, and computer scientist. I think marine is better, but computer scientist S. Z7 is S. And now you have the all stars, which I'm gonna put them all at. It's hard to really rank these all stars because they all kind of have the same thing, the impuns. And I guess you could argue that Moto X is the worst, which I agree with. Party Imp is S tier. Hover Go is for sure S tier. Maybe Torchwood I should move it at A tier. Scallywag S and Super Brains S. Now, let me know if you guys disagree with this tier list. I think I did pretty good on it. Definitely better than my tier list I did back in 2022. I could have definitely put some characters. I put E Citron in A tier instead of S, which I think I did pretty good with the list. If you guys disagree, let me know. Let me know what character should move up. Let me know what character should move down. Bye.